Hello, everybody. As you know, it is Freaky February here on Blocked Party for Sweeps Month, where we do episodes of other podcasts. If you haven't heard, last week we did Your Kickstarter Sucks, and this week we are thrilled to be doing one of our favorite podcasts, Vancouver legends, life legends, world legends. Stop podcasting yourself. He's Stephen Heck.
He's John Cullen.
And together we host Stop Podcasting Yourself. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Stop Blockcasting Yourself. I didn't say blockcasting when I did the opening there. I fucked up.
Yeah. It was hard not to.
I did a bad job. Hello, everybody, and welcome to
you're fine.
Stop Blockcasting Yourself. This is episode number 273. I'm John.
Isn't it episode 1, actually?
I'm John, and with
I'm
me
Stefan.
is a... Nope.
Yeah,
wrong.
Go ahead. Yep. Sorry.
Oh, my God,
Yep.
man.
I
I literally explained
No,
to
I
you
know.
how
I
this
know.
was
I have
gonna
it.
go.
I know.
And with me
it's just a reflex. It's a reflex. Go
And
ahead.
with me is the man with the plan and the golden tan. It's Stephen Heck.
Okay. Well, I guess one of those things is true, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I think, yeah. And I don't have a plan.
That's
Yeah.
the closest of the three.
Sure. I definitely don't have a tan.
What's
And
the
I-
most tan you've ever been?
When I got like severely burnt and like all my skin peeled off.
And then
There's
it turned
no-
into a tan?
I don't tan. I just like can't tan. Anyway.
We have a great guest with us here as well today. He has previously done 890-something episodes of this show. He is one of the two hosts of Stop Podcasting Yourself, as well as a man of many podcast talents, the Let's Make a series, This Sounds Serious. Dave Shumka is here. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, hi, guys.
Thanks for being here, Dave. This is great.
You want to know about the most tan I've ever been?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. That's what I was going to ask.
It was also a sunburn. It was just a severe burn in grade 8. My family went to Costa Rica.
Oh.
And I had one day where I forgot sunscreen and got the biggest like blister down my arm that was full of fluid. And then when I got back to school, this was during spring break, when I got back to school, I had to miss gym class. Like my dad had to write me a note. Dave can't do gym class because he's so severely burned.
Did the blister pop before you got back?
I don't know. It wasn't. I don't think it was like a massive pop. It was like a seep.
It
There was some
leaked out.
seepage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
in the middle of the night.
Because I had a really bad blister recently after I severely burnt my hand taking a pizza out of the oven. And the blister on my thumb was like this big. It looked like when a cartoon character gets hit on the head with a mallet, but on my thumb. And it was just filled with liquid. And I think I just popped it on purpose. And it
Stefan,
just-
why did you not use an oven mitt?
Yeah, it's a
Well-
great question, Dave.
I used one oven mitt because I was like not thinking, and then the pizza slipped. Anyway, it's a whole. I don't want to relive this. We don't have to relitigate the pizza.
I'm a big. I don't I'm an oven mitt all the time for oven stuff. Definitely.
It makes sense to
But
use
for
an oven
the
mitt
for the
oven.
stove, no. I feel like I can take the lid off of a boiling pot really fast,
Oh, really?
and I'll just get a little bit burnt. And
I
it's
feel like I
fine.
don't use the oven mitt for that, but I'll use like a cloth or something. If there's like a little a dish towel or something, you know.
I feel like I go raw with pot lids all the time. I
Yeah.
feel like I never
I just think you
worry
never
about
know
it.
if it's going to be really, really hot or not.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
you're
I
just
mean?
taking it off for a second,
Yeah,
I
you
guess
just
that's
whip
true.
it off.
Yeah.
and then it
cares?
clangs down on the
Yeah.
stove.
Yeah, that's
Scares
true.
your cat.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stefan, should we get to know us?
Sure.
Get to know us.
All right, Dave, we always like to start with the guest. What's going on with you, man?
This is tough stuff. This is tough because here's what happens is I'm normally the host of this show. And
Yeah.
what normally happens is I'm not even really the host. I'm great. I'm sidekick.
Yeah, do you hate this right now? Do you hate that you're a guest on your
Does
own
it
show?
feel like being cucked, sort of?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I like that you had to make that clear. I wouldn't
Yeah.
know what that's like,
Yeah,
actually.
but I imagine it would be, when I think about it, it'd be a lot like voting for Hillary.
You're kind of in a corner right now, too. I mean, so am I guess. So
I guess I'm in.
That's a big part of being cucked is you have to be in the corner.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You guys are both in really cucky places right now. I'm
For
sort of in
sure.
like the middle of a room. I'm
You're
never
the
getting cucked.
You're the cucky, I guess.
What is
or no, you're
the,
the
like,
cucker.
Why
I'm
the
the
corner?
bull, I believe they
Yeah,
call
the
it
cool
the
sex
bull.
having
The
guy.
cool,
is
the
what they
cool, the
call
cool
it.
guy who has sex. Yeah.
Yeah, the cool guy who has sex. I'm
Yeah.
the guy who goes
Not,
over
not
and,
the
and
not the crying man.
yeah, no, I'm the guy who goes over and plugs your wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dave, go
I'm
ahead.
a big. I'm more of like I have like this sort of little fort set up where I'm in the corner with pillows all around me, and I use like a little periscope to see.
That's kind of cute, actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So I do feel underprepared. I feel like the way we always put our guests on the spot at the start of the show, and I totally forgot that I had to be the guest. Like, yeah, they're doing my show, and I'm the guest. But what does that mean? Here's what's going on with me, guys. Big week. Well, I saw did you guys see Mean Girls the musical yet?
I didn't. That's one of those movies similar to Wonka where the marketing didn't necessarily indicate it was a musical, I think, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Was it good?
Other than it being called Mean Girls the Musical, did you sort of miss out on the
Well,
part
no,
where
but I
at
mean,
the
they-
end of the trailer they're like Mean Girls the
I know.
Musical?
But I'm saying like with Wonka, there weren't really that many songs in the trailer. Like it wasn't as song forward, I think, in the trailer. And apparently it's a very song heavy. Anyway, whatever. Was it good, Dave?
I loved it.
Okay.
Well, I didn't love it, but I was like, yeah, this is fun. And then like later I was like, oh, maybe we'll listen to the soundtrack. Now I love it. I need to
Yeah.
I'm sort of like, maybe I need to go see it again.
Oh wow, you're that. Was it you went because your girls wanted to see it, or
Yeah, sort of. I wouldn't have without them, I guess. So yes.
Right.
But during the previews for this movie, they showed a preview for this movie called If.
Okay.
It's a kids movie starring Ryan Reynolds. If stands for Imaginary Friend.
Oh.
And during the preview of this, the words come up on the screen from the imagination of John Krasinski.
Oh. Oh my God.
And ever since we see that, my wife and I, whenever we'll bring up John Krasinski and we'll be like, what is going on in that mind of his? He's that
The
John
famous-
Krasinski. He's always off at his own little world.
yeah, Quiet Place, some good news.
That was
you know?
Some Good News was so funny because
Didn't he sell that?
he
for
sold
like
it for
$50
like
million
a
or
lot
something,
of money,
and then I've never
then-
heard of it.
And then he didn't do anything with it. Because
Yeah.
it was at the start of the pandemic. It was so fucking stupid. And I think he said that he came up with the idea like 10 years before. Yeah,
That's
I'm
that
sure he did.
imagination of his.
Yeah, and it took him 10 years to kind of. He was at home. He put the.
Do you guys think he started the pandemic? We need to go down the John
Oh.
Krasinski conspiracy.
rabbit hole? Yeah, to get
like
to
that
get
was
the
part of
50
the
million.
idea for
Yeah.
Some Good News. He was like, I'll start a global pandemic.
Because we
and
need a lot of
then-
bad news to make the good news seem really good. And make
Yeah.
people want good news.
And I need to, I needed some time off from being Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is Jack Ryan, isn't he?
Yeah, because in fairness to him, it was all good news all the time until
it was
the
up
pandemic.
until that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen Quiet Place?
No.
Yes,
John?
actually, I have. I saw it in theaters. Only the first one, not the second one.
I didn't hate it at first, and then early on in the movie, there's a point where you see like their basement and what they've like written on. And I think maybe you know exactly what it is, John. But there's a point where you see like a whiteboard, and it's like they've written like their plans and stuff on it. And I gotta look this shit up because it's so crazy. What it says on it and they've been there for like 3 years at this point in their like hiding spot, and it says, "What is the weakness?" And it's like underlined, and it's like, why would you have written like it makes sense that you wrote it like 3 years ago. Why is that still up there? I need to look up exactly what it says because it
What
really
is the weakness? Is it the same as every? Is it like
It's
some-
sound. I
Yeah.
think.
Small penis.
No, it's because their whole thing is that they're drawn to sound, and their weakness is really loud sounds.
Well, it's my weakness too. Like I love drinking water, but if I'm just like covered in water, I drown.
Of
That's
course,
a good
yeah. Too
point.
much of a good thing, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Here is the image. I'm gonna share it on here because we can do that now. This took me out of the movie.
Can you just send it to me, maybe?
Oh, well, do you want me to just do that? I can send it to you.
because I don't have your screen set up.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
Oh, come on, Dan. Okay, one sec. I'm posting it in the Discord right now. Anyway, what it says is creature, then blind.
So they just started with creature. They're like,
we know
there's a creature.
There's a creature here. First, we know there's a creature. It seems to be blind. It seems to attack sound. It has armor, and we're underlying that.
Yeah.
Of course, we're underlining armor. How many in area? 2 question marks. Confirmed. 3. And they put a square there, I guess, because they were updating the number. It's in a different marker color.
Like how many days since the last workplace accident?
Yeah. And then you've got survive, and I guess it's kind of like, you have the creature section of the board, and then the survive section. And I think when you're going to survive, you need medical supplies and soundproofing, and that should cover most of it. And then you don't need water or anything.
You don't need food, water, shelter.
No. And then
this is really kind of like when you when you try to do like a brainstorm with your high school class, and then you're like, what's the theme of this? And the class is just like love.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, can you be more specific? I don't know, like love. And then you just put love on the board with a square around it. It's kind of like that.
But yeah, this took me out of it. Anyway, Dave.
The
John Krasinski.
I like that they know it's blind because then they can be nude.
Yeah, I'm surprised they aren't in the movie, actually. They should be nude the whole time.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt and John Krasinski.
I mean, hubba hubba ding ding.
I'm on board. Yeah.
She's my generation's Mary Poppins.
Oh, she is, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm really young. She's someone who, like, she's starred in a lot of movies, but boy, this is what an asshole I'm about to sound like. It doesn't feel like a movie star to me.
I feel like
what do you mean, Dave? Like from a charismatic standpoint? Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, she's the female lead in these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was really good
in
in Edge of Tomorrow, which is one of my favorite movies. She's great in that.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, I think I see what you mean.
Trying to think of anything I've seen her in.
Well, you've seen Quiet Place.
Other than My Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Look, like she's good and talented and whatever, but I guess I just need my movie stars to be Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
that was your touch point.
I guess that's my touch point.
I'm just not getting a Sharon Stone vibe from Emily Blunt, if you know what I mean.
And how is she not got like a big weed sponsorship?
Oh, that's a good point.
How do we not have a weed sponsorship?
That's also a good point. I think A Quiet Place is the only movie I've ever seen her in.
Yeah, you've seen like 5 movies.
Well, I've also seen Dan in Real Life, which she is in apparently.
Have you seen The Devil Wears Prada?
And I have seen that as well, yeah.
Have you seen Oppenheimer?
I have not.
Oh, you gotta see the Heimer.
I'll check out the Heimer.
Is Dan in Real Life the one where the movie poster is Steve Carell and he's like laying down in the pancakes?
Yeah.
You know what? That's a classic movie poster.
Yeah,
it's a great movie, actually. It's surprisingly pretty good. I saw that in theaters also.
There's no way it's really good.
I remember it being like quite good. Dane Cook, surprisingly good in it.
Come on, there's no fucking way. Sorry,
I'm telling you, we've talked about this on the show before.
That's maybe the most John Cullen sentence imaginable. Well, it's like a nesting doll of John Cullen thoughts, where it's like Dan in Real Life actually really good. And by the way, you open up the nesting doll of that thought, and then the thought inside of it is, and Dane Cook's in it, and he's really good too.
Mm-hmm. He is actually good in it, though.
Okay, who does he play?
Have you seen it, Stefan?
I have not seen.
Okay,
Dan
well
in Real
then
Life.
shut the fuck up.
Okay, who does he play in it?
Think he was really in those pancakes? Was there a scene where he's on the pancakes?
Yeah, do they do the pancake scene?
Oh, that's a good question. When did that movie come out? Like 07?
I would guess.
Oh,
it is 07, maybe? Yeah.
What, it was 07? Wow.
I think it's like his wife. Isn't it like his wife dies, right? That's why he's like miserable, and then he's trying to
I don't know. He's been miserable in every movie he's ever made.
I know.
That's true, actually. Because there was that one a couple years ago.
His wife died, then he falls for another woman, but then he finds out that it's like his brother's girlfriend, and I believe his brother is Dane Cook.
Okay. And he's good in it.
Correct. Yes.
So
and
good.
they all go to like a cottage, and it all kind of turns into this turns into this cottage.
Is there like a series of
thing.
misunderstandings that sort of?
Yes,
Yeah.
Stefan, there's so many misunderstandings in this thing.
I love a good
Gotcha.
cottage movie.
The
Yeah,
other one,
right?
the other one I was thinking of was Welcome to Marwin. I think where he's like,
Oh yeah, I haven't
he
seen
becomes obsessed with like I think he gets like a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
And
Or
becomes
some
obsessed
PTSD.
with like a little like a town of like models that he's building or something.
Yeah.
And
Isn't he
then-
supposed to be like an action figure or
no,
something?
Yeah.
well he I think imagines himself as the action figure or something.
Yeah. I think there's some, like, there's maybe some scenes where he has that Primus Winona's Big Brown Beaver makeup on where he,
Yes.
he looks all plasticky.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Have you seen it, Dave?
I believe I walked in and out of the room a few times while my wife was watching it and weeping.
Actually,
Oh, he's going back to Marwin.
they're welcoming him.
No, I haven't seen it. No, yes, that's all true, except she wasn't weeping.
That's
She'll
fair.
never forgive me.
it was Robert Zemeckis as well. I think.
Mecky.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
So-
no way that Abby's listening to this, is there, or is she?
Right now, no.
Well, no, not right now. She's just outside with a glass. What's Dave saying about me? She storms in. I did not cry during
Yeah.
Welcome to Marwin.
Wow, it lost
no,
a lot of
she'll
money. It cost $50 million to make, and it made $13 million.
Oh,
That's brutal. Oh my god.
ouchie.
Oh boy.
Not good.
We should watch
Not
that. What was the thing we were gonna do a while ago? We were gonna do Brian Bosworth month or something.
Oh, well, that was when Graham was on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Yeah. What was the main one of his that we had to watch?
Oh, it was a really crazy.
Was it like
one.
ice cold or something?
Ice Cold, Stone
Yeah.
Cold? Maybe?
Yeah.
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 something like
My
that.
Brian, we'll all go around and give our Brian Bosworth memories, but mine is when I was a kid. I think we were maybe on vacation. All my stories are about vacation.
I was in Costa Rica for the fourth time.
I
and-
believe we were in Washington State, a little closer to home, and there was a news story. Like they were just like teasing the news. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and they were teasing. Coming up at 11, a Seahawk with a mohawk. And I turned to my family and I said, "Can you believe a Seahawk has a mohawk?" Like I thought this was like legitimately news.
He was known for his crazy hairdos. That's for sure.
That's honestly that's a sick like intro.
Yeah, the Seahawk with a mohawk. I think
Mhm.
probably my favorite Boz moment was when he was selected by the Seahawks in the first round of the 1987 NFL supplemental draft. But then, unfortunately, his professional career was cut short by injury after that.
No, sure.
Yeah.
So
Stefan, you were not alive in '87.
But I still remember it.
yeah,
I'm aware of it. You know what I mean? That means I remember it. I remember becoming aware of it. you
He
know?
has a good 30 for 30, I think.
Does he?
Great 30 for 30. The Boz. Yeah. Maybe he's your dad, Stefan.
He could be. Yeah, it's
So
possible.
So that is like, maybe
Yeah.
that's why you remember?
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I was inside of his penis or whatever at the time. Or balls.
Yeah.
Or
Balls, I
whatever.
believe.
Balls,
yeah.
or penis.
I think-
But it could have been one of those things where, like, like the tide coming in and out, like the cum sort. Anyway,
Yeah. Do you remember, like, was it roomy in there? Was it more ball shaped or shaft shaped?
it was. I had a lot of. I mean, there were times where
It's hard to be stand in a corner in someone's balls.
you really couldn't, to be
Yeah.
honest. That was sort of but I couldn't be cucked inside of his balls while I was a sperm. So
Yeah.
that's sort
It
of
really
an added
makes you
bonus.
think.
Yeah, it really does make you think.
It makes you question everything you know about cucking inside of balls.
really does, and I thought I knew a lot about
Uh-huh.
it. You know.
This is a great metaphor. I think you guys should keep going. I think you should keep
If this
running
was
with
my podcast,
Okay.
this is where I would say it's not that kind of show.
it. Yes, it is. But on it is that kind of
Yeah,
show.
this
for
is
us.
sort of blocked party.
This is
sort
like
of
Dave.
seeping
You
in.
can kind of get. It's like the show you've always dreamed of doing, where
Yeah.
you can do your own show, but triple X rate.
Yeah, because the problem with my show is that the executives get their fingers on it, and they can't. They got all these notes.
Yeah.
So true. So
Yeah.
true. Well, we were talking about this before we went on air, but you were saying this is maybe only the second time that someone has done the spy format, but
Yeah.
I'm sure this is the first time you've ever been the guest in the format.
Yeah, I think we did it during one Max Fun Drive a few years ago. But I will say that my show, doesn't really have a format. We have like some theme songs.
That's all you need, though. I feel like
essentially
people
what we
thrive
ha-
on theme songs. They want there to be like 4 theme songs an episode.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
how many do we have? We have on Block Party. We have the
5.
Yeah, the main one,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And then you got our classic social media update,
Yep.
and then of course the block tail. You got the block tail. Rounding off with the top 3, and then the closing theme.
You got it. 5.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I think we have something like 25 or so.
But you guys do the thing where you'll have a segment on the show for like a month, and then you write a theme for it, and
which we did
great.
on Real Good Show, and I feel like we should start doing just roaming segments that kind of show up once in a while. Right? What do you think? What do you guys think? That's a good idea, right?
Yeah. Gets people to tune in, and then by the time you're sick of it, the audience is normally like we get sick of things before the audience, and they're like, "Oh, I hope they do this again," or we just forget. We forget that, like, "Oh yeah, we've been doing this running segment for 4 weeks," and
you sent me all of the Spy bumpers for this, or all the Spy themes. And like I've been listening to Spy since probably 2010-ish, 2011.
Oh, like 3 years after Dan in Real Life came out.
That's sort of those are my 2 sort of touchstones. It's kind of like Dan in Real Life when I started listening to Spy.
In the year 3 AD.
And my wedding. Those are my 3 things. And I only remember about half of these. Like, what's it called in French? I definitely do not remember.
Yeah, that's something we maybe did once.
But you got a whole theme song for it. Saved by the Bell favorite lines. I feel like I would have remembered that if it happened.
Again, it probably was like, probably in the first couple of years and once.
Yeah, because that would be fun. I mean, were you guessed it on Go Bayside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that. April Richardson's podcast. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And I've seen every episode of that show.
Same. What's your favorite Saved by the Bell episode, Dave?
Oof. I mean, it's probably the Zack Attack one.
Yes. Friends forever.
Although Jessie's not in that, is she?
No, I think that's Tori, right? I think that's Tori age.
I think it's just Kelly. I think it's all of the originals, but not Jessie. I might be wrong about that.
Oh, really?
Definitely.
Okay, I'm looking it up. I feel like Tori was in Zack Attack, but maybe I'm getting that wrong.
No, because Kelly is, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no. If you're looking at... Oh, no. This is just when they reunited for some fucking dumb show. It's just, God, there's an actual band called Zack Attack, which makes it difficult to Google, but...
Yeah, they're actually really good. They played my wedding.
They're your favorite band?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when they reunited, it was Jessie is like playing bass, but you're right. On the show, it looks like she's singing, and Kelly's not in it. It looks like we've got Zach on guitar, Lisa on bass, Screech on keys, Slater on drums, and then Jessie is sharing vocal duties with Zach.
Yeah, because they had, so this episode, it's actually called Rockumentary. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
And it's a kind of a behind the music on this fake band, the Zack Attack.
Yes.
But the band does later play a real concert at like the prom. And I think Kelly's maybe in the band then.
Got it. I like the episode where they
got
do
that
the,
sorted out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad my favorite episode is where they do the guys versus girls obstacle course.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
That's a Tori.
That is a Tori episode. Yeah.
And
I feel like I always remembered because I can just remember watching that episode as a kid and being like, I wish my high school did this.
I know. And totally, they had full uniforms. I mean, they were just like sweats, but they had like, everyone had the right colored shirts and pants. It had kind of a military, like there was like the head of the ROTC was there or something.
Big time military vibes, and they did the like tire, like jump through the tires and the rope
jousting,
swing and the jousting,
like American Gladiator jousting with belting.
Yeah, classic.
This is now you are doing my podcast.
Yes, there we go. We just had to find the right lane. Stefan, what's going on with you?
I have become obsessed with possibly the stupidest song anyone could ever be obsessed with. I'm sure both of you are familiar with Canadian musician Snow,
Of course, yeah.
Canadian legend.
Informer. You want to sing it for us, Stefan?
Yeah, I'll do the voice and everything too.
That'd be great. That's kind of what I was hoping
patois.
for. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you aware that in 2013, Yahoo CEO Marissa Meyer complained about like the hold music that was playing on like the internal like phone system at her place of business?
Yeah.
And so at Yahoo. And I believe it was Yahoo. And so for whatever, this is in 2013, Snow offered to make the hold music for Yahoo. And this song is so fucking insane, but it's so catchy. And it has just been, I listened, like it's stuck in my head. I listen to it like on purpose multiple times a day. It's so stupid. And I'm so mad at myself for being obsessed with this. But this is
I can't see Snow without thinking of Steve Sladkowski, which is also a problem.
He's really looking like
They
Steve
look so much the same.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Especially like right here. It's the same glasses too, right?
Slick back hair, everything. Yeah.
Who's that?
He's in the band Pup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he's been a guest on our show.
I'll say this. I would love to hear Pup cover this song.
Okay.
Steve, if you're listening, please cover this song.
Okay.
Anyway, here we go.
Yo, Snow, I heard they came around looking for you the other day to make some hold music for Yahoo.
You're on hold on a Yahoo. Give me a second while I patch you through. CEO didn't like the whole music, so that is so I wrote this jam for you. You're on hold on a Yahoo. Give me a second while I patch you through.
I like that he's still doing the Jamaican accent.
Oh, of course.
So I wrote this jam for you. Hello, operator. Hook me with select and mush 'em up me to them just like an alligator.
Oh no, the way he's saying these words.
Some of them are vexed, but they know it's worth waiting. Listen to the beat and make your dance down low. Why you see the dome, I'm a waiting on hold. If you have a question, I bet you Yahoo knows. And I love this sound, so you don't mind to hold on. You're on hold.
Okay, it kind of just repeats at this point. But this has been stuck in my head for like a month now, and it's driving me fucking insane.
It is good.
It's really actually
It is
good.
really good.
If
If
it
you
was-
got put on hold, you would be thrilled that this is the song that's playing.
I was
Yeah.
expecting it just to be Informer with different words.
No, he went all out. Now the
On
problem is the
hold
song is
now.
like
you know that you're on hold with a Yahoo. You're on hold now.
that's really good. The
Yeah.
problem is the song is like a minute and 45 seconds, and if you're on hold for like 20 minutes, and it's just that, you might go a little crazy. But
Yeah.
it's just like it's so good, and like no one really knows about it because why would you know about it?
Well, yeah, I'm surprised that it wasn't like a fun fact about him. You know, he tried to make the music for Yahoo. Like that should be a thing about Snow.
I guess it's because it was in 2013, and at that point, like no one was really like talking about him.
If
right?
it was today, if
Yeah.
you put that out today, people would be like, "Wait, did he put that out, or that's AI?" No way,
Oh,
Snow
yeah.
did that. That's
Yeah,
AI.
you're right.
They got his voice right too.
And he's got a great voice.
The amount of
Yeah.
stank that he put on the word operator
Oh.
really
Oh my god! But yeah, I'm just like this is kind of
he
like
reached down deep for that one.
I almost want to bring back. I mean, you have to be psychotic to have your phone off silent, and if you have your phone off silent, you have to be psychotic to have like a custom ringtone. But how good of a ringtone would that be?
By the way, I have that. I've got a library of custom ringtones that I've made.
Okay, well, Dave, let's hear them.
I don't know if it'll come through if there's like noise canceling on everything, but the current one I have going. Oh yeah. So this is my current ringtone right now. Do I have to click on it? It's the sound of when you used to leave your phone on a speaker.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good.
I couldn't tell if that
I
was the
thought it was
actual
actually
ringtone or
happening.
you were having feedback.
Yeah.
That's
It's
so
kind of
good.
like the 2023 or I guess 2024 equivalent of when people used to do their voicemail where they would make it sound like they were answering the phone.
Yes.
Where you
Yeah.
get like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really, really good because
but hey, you reach my voicemail. You
Yeah.
know, people would lose their mind.
Just
Dave,
playing.
I love that. We have on my Twitch stream a friend of ours, DB, will occasionally call in and he'll like fuck around with us. And one of the things he would do is he would have that sound and just like play it, and everyone would be like, "Okay, whose phone is near a cable right now?" Right? Because it's such an annoying sound, and it's so like embarrassing to realize it was you who had the phone near the cable. You know, that's so good. So you'll be out in public and that'll go off.
No one's calling me.
I'm gonna start calling you now, just
Normally,
just because I know
if I
what's
hear
happening
that,
on
I'm
the
like,
other end.
"Oh, hi, Dad." Like,
Yeah.
Right.
but yeah, it's. I mean, I gotta get that snow hold music.
It's really good.
Do you? What is your relationship with hold music in general?
That's a good question. I feel
Thank
like I will oftentimes what I'll do is I'll if I know I'm going to be on hold for, if I'm like calling my bank or whatever and I know I'm going to be on hold for like half an hour, I will just put the phone on speaker and just like go do something else, right? And then so like the hold music is just kind of off in the background, you know. But I guess I don't mind like some nice classical music. That's always good.
I always, for me, I'm like anytime I call my doctor, the woman who answers the phone is always like puts me on hold right away because and they're so busy. They're always like, they don't even ask you like, can I put you on hold? It's hold please, and then they have this hold music that fakes you out. Like it'll be one song and then that song ends abruptly and it sounds like someone's picking up the other line. You're like, okay, here we go, and then a different song starts out of nowhere. It's that's my relationship with hold music.
Yeah,
and,
I was gonna say the same thing, but they do that to make an announcement. You know, and then you also have thought someone picked up because someone starts talking.
You hear
so
a
it'll
voice,
be like, Muzak for like 3 minutes. It kind of cuts out, and you're like, oh fuck, they're picking up the phone, and then you're like, hi, thank you for holding.
Hi,
like,
we're your bank.
Yeah, we really appreciate you staying on the line. Please hold while we connect you to the next available. It's like I didn't need the fucking check-in. I can hear the music, you know. I don't need any more of this shit.
Yeah.
I remember that brings us to I think we played this one of the Dragon's Den episodes we did, Stefan, where the guys from Yuck Yucks were trying to pitch like doing jokes while you were on hold. Like they were going to record jokes at the Yuck Yucks club and then have them play while you were on hold, and the Dragons really didn't like it.
Insane idea. Just a brutal. Like hold music is already kind of as good as it's gonna get, and it fucking sucks, right? Like it's not
really just there so you know they haven't hung up on you.
Exactly. Yeah. It should honestly just be like a tone.
Honestly, it should be like. Do you guys remember that rapper Snow?
The Informer guy?
Yeah, no, the Everybody Wants to Be Like You guy. Do you remember his later hit?
That's really good, Dave. To pull out the
It was a
second
big
Snow
hit.
Yeah. Was it the same time period as Informer, or was it a different
it was
album?
Like 10 years later, and it was snow heavy. I think the music video was like at a chalet.
You guys know what SNOW stands for, right?
I probably don't. Do I want to know?
Super notorious, outrageous white boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mean Snob?
Yeah. Well, white boy's all one word in this case.
Sure
So,
it is, of course.
yeah.
And white boy spelled with an I believe.
It's technically, according to Wikipedia, it's a backronym. So it's a, he was just called Snow because he was white, and then someone was like, you know what it should stand for? Super notorious, outrageous white boy.
Yeah.
He is super notorious.
He is. He like attacked a lot of people in his past.
Really?
Yeah, he went to prison for like let's see.
He stabbed Ron McLean.
Well, he was involved in an incident at a North York pub in which 2 people were stabbed in the lane. Well, good thing they weren't stabbed on their body.
Yeah. Did you think In the Lane was Ron McLean?
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't. He didn't stab.
No, he stabbed someone in a lane.
Corner.
Yeah.
But he went to jail for 2 counts of attempted murder and wrote Informer while he was in jail.
Wow.
So, there you
So
go.
he's got that street cred.
He does. Yeah.
There's a Drake song where he tries to backronym Drake and then it never happens again. So it obviously did not catch on. Do you guys want to guess as to what Drake tried to backronym his name to?
That's a great question. Okay. Boy. Can you give me a hint?
Yeah, the A stands for and.
Oh. Does the R stand for rap?
No.
Oh, I'm out of ideas.
Dave, you want to take a stab at it?
No.
Okay. It's do right and kill everything.
Kill everything.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Do right and kill everything.
That's what Drake stands for?
That's what. Yeah, it's in the song. I believe it's Up All Night. Maybe
Do
it's like Drake
do
just stands
right
for do
and-
right and kill everything. I love Nicki Minaj. I told her I admit it. I
The-
hope one day we get married just
the
to say
A-
we fucking did it.
The A in an acronym can't stand for and. Because the and
That's-
is always
I mean,
lowercase. You know, I
yeah.
don't know about that. I'm not sure. I don't like that.
Well, okay.
Just saying. That's just my opinion on the whole matter. So, I'm sorry.
Stefan, stupid, terrible,
Ugly. Wait, no.
ugly.
I started to do it.
stupid.
I started to do it for stupid because you said stupid, and so I was thinking stupid because it's
Stufin.
yeah
Yeah.
stuffing.
Stefan.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
that could be your rap name.
I guess it could be, couldn't it? Yeah,
Stuffing?
Stuffin.
it could just be stuffing. Yeah. John, what's going on with you?
Okay, guys. Look, we're all old men here. Feel like I can discuss this.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm not old.
Okay, not you, Dan.
Dan, you're what, 31?
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, good
Nice.
for you. So I'm trying to get back into the workout game. I'm trying to get back on my
Good luck,
workout
dude.
tip.
Good luck.
Well, I was doing a workout the other day. It was just like a guided like Peloton like weightlifting workout thing. And I injured my arms really bad and I like couldn't move them for like 3 days.
No, what?
Yeah. I was doing all these bicep curls as like part of they were doing like segmented bicep curls. So it's like
Okay.
you kind of do like just the low half, like just up to
Right.
here. And then you do the top half.
Okay.
And then you do full curls. So
Sure.
I did a bunch of those. There was like multiple sets of that. And then when I woke up the next day, I like couldn't straighten out my
Oh.
arms. So I was just walking around like a character on The Sims or something.
You looked like,
Becca and I
you
went
looked
out
like
for
John
a walk.
McCain.
Yeah, like Becca and I went out for a walk and I was literally walking like this.
Oh my god!
Like Arnold
So you fucked
Schwarzenegger
up
or
your
something.
elbows, or
Yeah, it was like I think it's the tendon that kind of like runs from like from like up your elbow. So I couldn't straighten my arms out. So I was trying to do like putting on my shirts and stuff. Like I had to put on my shirts with like my arms bent and everything. And I've like gotten sore from working out before,
Sure.
but it's usually like a 1 day problem.
Yeah.
And this was a full like we're talking like 4 or 5 days. Like I'm just today feeling normal again. And this was on Saturday, I think, that I did the workout.
God
So,
damn.
What is your, like, back when you were at your working outiest, how often were you working out?
like most days, I would say.
Like lifting?
Yeah, like when I was curling, it was like, we were doing strength training and cardio.
You skip
and all
leg
that
day?
stuff.
You ever skip leg day? Don't skip leg
No,
day,
in
bro.
curling, you can't skip leg day, Dave. That's the most important things you got going on there.
Yeah.
So,
Boy.
are you not a workout guy, Dave?
No, I mean, I exercise, but I don't do any weights.
Right. You play hockey.
I
know
play
that.
hockey. I play a little bit of tennis. I'll do a yoga from here and now and then.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't. But yeah, have you ever been a weights guy?
No,
No. Yeah, fair.
they showed
That's
us
fair.
the weights in high school, and I think someone there was a rumor that if you started lifting weights too early, it stunted your growth.
Yeah, that's
So,
why I never did it. Because I mean, I know it looks like maybe I did. but-
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that so? You worked out from age 11 to 16?
yeah, that's
Stefan, or
right.
what?
Yeah,
But
Was
I mean,
that actually the rumor? It stunted your growth.
I've heard that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
if you're too young when you do it,
Yeah.
but it didn't
But
stop me.
what's the science behind that? That you grow too big this way, so your body stops growing the
I
other way.
think it's usually after you work out, you crave cigarettes, and that's what usually stunts your growth.
I definitely did a lot of smoking in my working out days.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
Oh, sure. That's part of the curling training too.
well, that's smoking and drinking. I was doing a ton of both of those things, famously. But yeah, I would say like, you know, I think that's the problem, Dave. Is I think because I did have times and periods in my life where I was working out quite a bit. I'm now 38. I haven't played high level curling for 5 years. Like, but I still think in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I lift this amount or I do this many reps. It's no problem. And I'm wrong and stupid.
Yeah.
What and like, do you want to be stronger? Do you want to, or you just want to look good? In
I just want to look good, dude. I just want to look good.
Are you
when
trying
my
to make
shirt
your
comes
ass
off.
bigger?
Well, I have lost quite a bit of my ass since the curling days.
No. What?
Not like, well, I still, don't get me wrong.
You're still
if I walk
packing
down
down
the
there.
street, I'm still caked up, but
Yeah.
I don't have, it's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be.
It's a shame.
Because when I play hockey, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I was stronger. Like I'll be like trying to
Right.
out muscle a guy in front of the net, and I'll be like, he's so strong, he could just throw me around. I'm this waif.
And you're like staring into his eyes when you're thinking
Yeah.
this.
And he knocks me over, and I realize I actually like that.
Well, Dave, I mean, you are just playing beer league hockey. Like, no one's telling you can't just do a full cycle of roids and just fucking get stabbed.
Yeah, they're not testing for
Yeah.
performance enhancing drugs, are they?
Yeah.
No, they're
definitely
not.
Yeah.
No, they don't test. You can.
Yeah.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize with rec sports is you can be just jammed full of roids and HGH.
That's
No
actually
one's
true.
testing.
I should start doing steroids for rec soccer.
Mhm.
The one sport where you really don't, that would not make a huge deal. In fact, it would like actively hamper my ability to play the game. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess blood doping maybe so I could like recover my energy better.
Yeah,
you know?
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Let's
have
all
like
just
a-
do it, guys. Let's all just hit a big cycle and let's just get fucking ripped.
Where do you get like you know that guy who replaces his blood? I mean, there's a bunch of them, but like that billionaire who like,
Yeah,
is
the
like,
one particular freak.
And he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I have the penis of a child or whatever.
yeah, in a jar over
Yeah.
here. How do you get other people's blood? Like, do you think if you went on Craigslist right now, there's blood, like people volunteering like
Yeah, definitely.
their blood?
Yeah, I'll look it up right now, but I would say that's almost
Probably.
for sure.
Yeah.
Or is that not allowed?
I'm just
on
searching
community
blood
guidelines?
on Craigslist.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. No, I wonder if it's maybe like a banned term.
Yeah, it's
you know?
maybe a Kijiji thing.
yeah, good
Oh,
point.
that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, Kijiji's got a little bit more of a black market feel. to it,
Kijiji
you know?
does have like
Yeah.
you can't sell your puppies on Craigslist, but Kijiji anything goes.
Yeah. You know what I learned the other day is just speaking of like not allowing words on stuff. I went to because Emily Heller and I have that Jeopardy podcast coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we found out that on Twitter, just that the @ Jeopardy podcast was available. And that seemed almost impossible to me.
Wow.
So I was
What's
like, okay,
Twitter?
sorry, Dave. X.
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk's X,
The social media site.
the social media site.
The
So-
Faces of Death site.
So I got it on Twitter, and then I went to Instagram, and Jeopardy podcast was also available on Instagram. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Signed up for it and everything. And then I went to go sign in after I had created the account, and Instagram was like, we've blocked your account. This violates our terms of service.
What?
And I guess because the name Jeopardy is trademarked,
That's insane, though.
right?
That's
Very
really
confused.
stupid.
What is the podcast going to be called?
It's called What is a Jeopardy Podcast?
That's a great name. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good.
So now that is our Instagram is just What is a Jeopardy Podcast, which is also pretty good.
Sure. That's solid. I was
You
looking
guys
up.
are-
Go ahead, Dave. No,
I was going to say, you guys ever watch The Floor with Rob Lowe?
no. What is
I mean,
that?
If you like game shows, you got to check out The Floor with
The
Rob
Floor.
Lowe.
The floor.
No, what's that?
It's a lot of fun. It's a game show for dumb people.
Oh,
Yep.
I've seen. Yes, okay.
And
This is
it's
the one
I
where
do
the floor,
like game shows for dumb people.
the trivia one where the floor falls out from under them. If they get the question wrong.
Yeah, but the floor doesn't actually fall out from under them. You get other people's segment. There's 81 segments on the floor, and you're trying to get all of them by going head to head with people. And it's not like questions that you have to answer. It's just rapid fire. Like they'll show a picture. Like the category will be like kitchen gadgets, and it'll be like a picture of a blender comes up, and you have to say blender.
Oh wow. Okay. So like really dumb guy trivia.
Yeah. Trivia, not even.
Yeah,
Just like,
not even.
It's
Wow.
object permanence.
Oh boy. Yeah, that sounds quite stupid. I was thinking maybe the one where was it a British one where like if you got the question wrong you would fall. They'd open up the floor under you.
There was the one where they used to like.
Chris Jericho hosted that, didn't he?
With a conveyor belt on the roof, and there was a bunch of like your prizes were on this conveyor belt going off a roof.
Yes.
And I think if oh no, I'm not going to win that couch, it goes flying off the roof.
That's
and then
really
breaks.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then by the end you go off. That's like bungee on.
The blood doping stuff. I saw something about.
Sorry,
this.
I was looking up blood on Kijiji.
Yes. Did you find anything?
It's a lot of blood pressure monitors. So then I searched bag of blood.
Yeah,
that also didn't come through, but it did have for $289.95 new body massage butt and breast enhancement machine.
Okay.
And so yeah, it looks like it comes with various sizes of suction cups to make your butt and breasts larger, but then I'm going to tell you, based on the size and shape of some of these cups, you can definitely also use it on your dick. They just didn't want to say dick on this ad.
Sure.
But you can definitely, here, I'll send it to you guys.
You caked
can,
up down there?
Yeah, exactly. You want to get caked up down there?
Your dick caked?
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything on the Vancouver Craigslist, but they did have a lot of blood available on Craigslist Transylvania. Okay, folks.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, but see, look, like the sucking cup is for your dick.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
Yeah, absolutely. The blood doping thing I was thinking of, there was an Italian cyclist named Marco Pantani, and the rumor was that I think he died, but he was like blood doping or whatever, and his resting heart rate was like 30 beats per minute, and it was so low that he would wake up in the middle of the night and just like go on the exercise bike to like live. Because if he was asleep, it would go like way too low. His blood was like so thick or whatever, and like full of like red blood cells. So we should do that, I think.
Yeah.
Make our blood super thick.
Let's just start blood doping for the podcast.
That cupping suck thing reminded me of something I get advertised sometimes from
the Venus for Men.
No,
okay.
It's a thing.
Do not make Dave know about.
No,
the
I'm
Venus
sorry.
for Men.
Yeah,
it looks like basically a fleshlight, but it's like a cylinder that this woman is holding, and it's got a cup that she puts to her mouth, and it's like for screaming into.
Oh, so it muffles the scream.
Yeah, it's for like you know how like an Amazon product will give you like a 50-word description in the title.
Yes,
and it's like opera singing practice, like stress relief, like scream jar.
Wow,
damn. And it
what
looks like a
happened to the old
flashlight?
school days of just screaming into your pillow and or in the shower? You know,
I think you can still do that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can still do that.
Yeah, people will let you scream into a pillow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I need that. We're gonna move on to Overheards in a second. Before we get there, just like to remind you that you can support the show by heading over to patreon.com/blockparty. $5 a month gets you access to 3 bonus episodes every single month. This week, we've got a mailbag episode coming out with our good friend Raft. Joined the show, their first ever mailbag episode with us. It was a great time. We also have the thrilling conclusion of Block Party D&D coming up. We have ad-free episodes, merch discounts, all of that stuff is there, so you can check it out. Patreon.com/blockparty. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Block Party Pod. You can follow us on Blue Sky at Block Party. And if you want to see the video version of this episode, it's also available on our YouTube, youtube.com/@blockparty. And if you like the show, tell a friend. All right, it is now time for Overheards.
Overheard.
Dave, we always like to start with the guest. What did you hear or see lately?
Guys, can I go pee?
Yes. Do you usually take a break in spy? Is that what's going?
break at Overheard.
I did, yeah,
sorry,
actually,
Dave.
I remember when I recorded that Dave went to pee.
Okay,
I think I really
so-
had to pee too.
So he's like trained his
Nice
trained his
bathroom
body
also.
to pee.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some water then.
All right, I'm just gonna sit here and pick my nose.
Yeah, I'm also gonna sit here.
Don, did you see Drake's penis?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, it puts mine to shame for sure.
It's bigger. It's bigger than mine. I mean, it just depends on how much it grows when it gets hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it wasn't fully erect. It didn't look like so.
No, but if I always feel like if your penis is that big flaccid, it's probably kind of that big hard also.
It's
Well,
I would say it's probably a little like thicker, maybe, right? But like,
Yeah, because like I'm a grower, not a shower. So I mean, we're talking. I'm gaining many inches.
yeah.
I mean,
when
me
I'm-
too, but you know,
Mine looks
So-
like a fucking joke. when
yeah,
it's-
It looks like a joke.
like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His flaccid
Absolutely.
penis puts my erect penis.
Oh,
to
his
shame.
flaccid
Yeah.
penis is. I
Who
mean,
are we talking about here?
Drake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, because I think JF was looking at his penis this morning or last night or something.
Yeah, we
Well,
were all
a-
looking
a
at
video
it, yeah.
came out
Yeah.
of his penis, and it looks pretty big.
Yeah.
But from that angle,
This is true.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is a good. He has a good angle on it
It's a good angle
because there's
for
like
sure.
it's from underneath. So you're like you kind of like, oh, are there a couple of extra inches that are just kind of
Right.
Right.
The classic porno angle of where you can see the guy's butthole, and that's like half of the screen. Is the
Yeah.
guy's
Yeah.
butt and his balls. Love that angle.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite angle. Yeah.
Great angle. Yeah.
Glad they get in there. You know,
why
it's
I
sort
got
of
the
like, hey,
periscope.
I'm always watching porn, being like, what's the guy's asshole up to? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's going on in there?
Yeah. Anyway, Dave, what did you overhear recently?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you get to go first.
Well, okay. So this is one. So in my neighborhood, we have a Subway. It's a sandwich shop owned by Doctors Associates, I think is the name of the company.
It is.
And did you ever work there?
Never worked at Subway, but I golfed and curled with the guy who owned my local Subway. So I had a 15% discount card all through high school. Yeah.
And the one in my neighborhood closes early. Like they're always closed by 8:00. And I was walking past it, and it was closed, but the door was open, and the poor woman working there had to the door was open, and there was a guy standing outside, and it was all dark inside, but the woman inside, like the Subway employee, sandwich artist, was getting not yelled at by this guy, but like she clearly wanted to go home, and he had something he needed to say. So this old, say 60-year-old guy in those kind of Zubaz pants.
Yep.
Yeah.
They weren't like a sports team Zubaz pants. They were do you know the flag of Maryland?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have that on a hat. I have a Baltimore Orioles hat where the brim is the flag of Maryland.
Yeah, he had the Zubaz pants in the style of the flag of
Beautiful.
Maryland. And he's berating this woman who works at Subway, and he says, "You're going to be selling other things now. You know why? Because the American Subways have already started selling churros and other things." And then I kept walking. But I just love that he pluralized Subways.
Subways. Are
Subways is.
they really selling churros at Subway?
Yeah, they got the foot-long churro and the foot-long cookie.
Really?
I knew about
Yeah.
the cookie. I don't think I knew about the churro.
Yeah, they're doing a foot-long cookie as well. Yeah.
Oh, is it like a Cinnabon cross promo? I think is maybe what it.
I don't
Possibly,
I don't
or is
think
that-
so, but I don't know. I feel like I just saw an ad where it had like the churros and the cookies in it.
The cookies look so stupid.
I thought
Oh my
I
God.
just Googled. I thought I Googled this foot-long churro, but it's Drake's dick.
Apparently no. It is the Cinnabon cinnamon sugar stuff that's on there apparently. So it is.
But like, who thinks of Cinnabon like that?
Well, it's cinnamon.
I know it's like a Cinnabon, but like
Yeah.
Cinnabon doesn't make churros, do they?
No, but they do
Like
cinnamon
I
stuff.
don't
so I
feel like
guess
that's a selling point to me. Like, oh, it's the Cinnabon cinnamon.
Yeah. Well, they also have the Auntie Anne's foot-long pretzel at Subway, which is confusing, you know. But
Foot-long pretzel.
Sure.
I mean, I'm in.
I'm on board. Yeah, absolutely.
Are all these companies maybe like owned by the same
The conglomerate or whatever? Probably.
conglom? Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta be.
Could
Damn,
be.
I could go for a big churro right now. I haven't had a churro in forever.
I was just about to say that. I can't even remember the last time I had a
The last time I
churro.
had it would have been at like a fair or something, probably. Classic place to get one.
Baseball
but-
game. Baseball. I get one at a baseball game.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they have them at the Canadians? I guess they do, right?
I think so. I remember my friend, the Vancouver Canucks had like a really long road trip once. Like maybe it was around the Olympics or something, or it was for some reason like our home arena, which was probably GM Place at the time, was closed. Like they couldn't host a hockey game for a really long time, and so the Canucks went on this like record long road trip. And my friend, the day back, they were hosting Disney on Ice or something. And my friend saw Ed Jovanovski looking super tired with his kids at the arena. And he ordered a churro, and he then told the person behind the counter, "Get a good one."
That's a good strategy.
Do you think you can tell a good churro by just looking at it or
I
touching
mean,
it?
if you're a guy who works, if you're a hockey player and you're in the arena every day, you know your good churro from a bad churro.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably a good point. Yeah,
I love a churro.
Oh, me too. I like churros. I just can't remember the last time I
What
ever
do they do?
I had
Sometimes you get like a dip for them. That's
Oh, yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just have it on
one. Like
on
an
its own.
icing?
It's like an icing usually.
Like a
It's
sweet
like what you
icing
get
kind of?
at Domino's with like the Cinnasticks.
Yes.
Which
Or sometimes it's like
that
a
shit is
mole.
so good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're authentic.
Yeah.
Well, what? This dip is icing? This dip isn't mole?
This isn't mole I'm getting from
the
behind
Vancouver
the counter
Canucks.
at a hockey game.
How dare you? This is not. Are your churros Guadalajara style, or are they more from the sort of Chihuahua province?
No,
would you say?
these are frozen in a bag.
Stefan?
Well, we're just talking about the Canucks, and mine is Canucks related, and this is right after they traded for Lindholm. And I was at the grocery store, and two guys who worked at the store were talking about the Canucks, and one of them was like, "Yeah, they just signed Lindholm." And it's like my biggest pet peeve as a hockey fan, and I think that this goes for any sports fan, but confusing a signing and a trade is like so infuriating for me. And usually it's like the other way around, I feel like. So this was kind of a rare one for me, especially because it had just happened. And it was like very obviously a trade. And maybe the guy just misspoke, but it's like one of my biggest pet peeves as a sports fan. Is I don't care if you're a casual fan or whatever, but confusing signing and trading, it drives me insane.
Yeah,
and you hear it a lot.
I hate it when people confuse trading with killing. Like, where were you when the Oilers killed Wayne Gretzky?
We all saw that press conference. In many ways, they did kill him.
That's why he was crying.
His spirit.
Yeah.
They crushed it.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that Wayne Gretzky played for 4 different teams.
Yeah, because he played for St. Louis for like a little bit, right?
Yeah.
He got traded there.
And then the Rangers.
Yeah. And he was on St. Louis in the playoffs when Yzerman scored that insane goal in Game 7.
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Casey over
Yeah.
John Casey's shoulder.
Man.
One of
what
my
a cool-
favorite goals ever.
It's one of the coolest goals of all time.
Yeah.
Also
It's
a
so
goal I
fucking
feel like
sick.
you wouldn't really see today because no one is taking that shot. You know?
No.
Ever. Like,
And with
no,
a wood stick.
No. really, really insane.
Jamming it top corner
Oh,
from
man.
the blue line. Steve
Yeah.
Yzerman's so sick.
He is. The camera angle behind the net of that shot is so ridiculous.
I can remember Don Cherry, rest in peace. I can remember him. I can remember him because there was some talk, I guess, in the wake of that like John Casey should have saved it. Like, oh, it's like a slap shot from
No.
the blue line. He should have saved it.
It was
and
the
then Don
perfect
Cherry
shot.
played the behind the net angle
Yeah.
and was like, watch this in real time. Like, you're telling me he should have saved this? Like
Yeah.
how hard the shot was. And I feel like I remember watching that as a kid and being like, whoa, they got a behind the net angle of it. Like that just wasn't a regular angle.
Yeah.
Like they just somehow had it. And you're
Well,
like,
I feel like not recently, but like within the last like 10 to 15 years, they came out with on the power play doing the camera behind the net for the majority of the power play.
Yeah, that was
I love
annoying.
that. I love it. It's great.
I like it a lot, but there are definitely a lot of people who do not like it at all.
It took a while to get. It took a little bit to get used to. I feel like, but I like seeing the play develop that way. I think it's nice. You still don't like that, Dave?
I mean, I don't see it much anymore. But when they first introduced it, I didn't like it, and I think that's why I don't see it much anymore.
Yeah, you might be right. I feel like maybe you're right in that it's not around as much anymore.
People definitely do not like it.
Yeah, I think it was fine. John?
Well, I have like two, because I have one that's sort of like a half of one.
Okay.
Because before I was ever on Spy, I would actually write down Overheards in my phone in case I ever got invited on the show.
I love that.
And did we ever invite you?
No, I had to threaten your management at gunpoint.
No, you got on the show.
I did get on the show.
I've been
It
on
was very
too.
nice.
Dan hasn't been on the show.
Yeah, Dan's the only one on this
Is that
call who's
right?
never been on it.
Oh, weird.
Dan, what the fuck is that noise in the background?
It's this fucking dehumidifier. I had a flood. Okay, shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, Dan.
Wow, very rude. But there was one, and I was in Maui, and I was on vacation. Me and Dave are always on vacation. I was walking by these two girls in Maui, and I know, oh, baby. And the one girl said to the other girl, "So that's why I have to get drunk all the time." And I was just like, I really wish I heard the rest of that conversation.
I mean, that's like the first step in just knowing why you have to get drunk all the time.
Yeah, true.
I haven't figured it out. I figured it out for me.
I mean, I've stopped entirely. You know, I was holding up for the and Dan. I mean, you're nodding. You know what it's like. You know?
3 months sober over here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, good for you, Dan.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah, I did dry January, and then I was like, let's just keep this going. And I also have started reading books again too. So I don't know what the fuck. And you started exercising again, John? I mean, I'm not doing that anytime soon.
We're turning over a new leaf here at Blocked Party.
Yeah, I guess we are. I guess this is growing up.
As Mark Hoppus would say.
Yeah.
And then my other one, pardon me, is a good school one. I know I did a school one when I was on Spy.
Right.
But there was two.
I never forget an Overheard. So yeah, I know that it was a school one.
Yeah. You're so dialed into like 895 episodes of Overheards or whatever. It was like probably maybe the most like chipper girl in my class. I want to say it was probably like grade 11. And just your classic, like goody two shoes, chipper, like very, very nice girl. And then there was this boy in the class who was like an emo, or as Dave might say, a summertime goth. Just a very like dour kind of guy. And so for whatever reason, he sits down next to this girl, and she was just like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like all chipper. And the guy was like, like whatever, I'm fine. And then she was like, "Oh, like it's okay. Like the day's pretty good. Like cheer up or whatever." And he was just like, kind of didn't really say anything. And she's like, "Well, at least the sun is out." And then he said, "The sun is not relevant." So pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
That's very good.
It's a pretty cool thing to say if you're like a goth kid. Like, the sun is not relevant.
I think that made him really. I was gonna say make him really happy, but it made him really sad, which for him would be happy, right?
Yeah, is that how it works?
It's
if you're like
tough,
a goth,
though, yeah, because they love hell and they want to be in hell. My dad used to say the sun isn't relevant about me.
No.
Yeah. Whenever I said my cute thing about Brian Bosworth.
And do you want to talk about that, Dave? Or
yeah, well, that's why I have to get drunk every day now. Yeah,
you just figured it out.
Yeah,
that's healthy. That's growing. We're all growing on this show today, apparently. In addition to our Overheards, we also have some written in by you, the listeners. This one comes in from Cameron. Cameron writes, "Hey, Blocked Boys. Not sure if you're in the market for Overseens. We are." But I thought I'd throw in this one. It happened many years ago while I was taking the bus past the Sunshine Diner in Kitsilano, the one with statues of Marilyn Monroe and Elvis out front. Two middle-aged women were having a conversation with their children a little ways away, carrying plush animals with them. One kid had a giant plush anaconda and was unceremoniously whipping the king of rock and roll in the face with it. It's a pretty nothing overseen, but it happened the day before I got a beard painting from the man himself, Graham Clark, and I never ended up submitting it to their show, so now it can live on in Sweeps Month. Cheers, Cameron.
Thank you, Cameron.
That's
Thank you,
good,
yeah.
Cameron. You really need to send these into our show. I mean, every overheard that gets sent to the wrong show is a loss for us.
I mean, Dave, have you ever gotten close to running out of listener ones?
No, I mean, I keep, like, we probably get a dozen called in and a dozen written in a week, and then I pick the best 3, and then, but like, I have like a folder of everything that's like potentially could make it in a show. And so I will never run out of that folder. Like, if there's only like 2 good ones in a week, I can always go back to the.
You can always go
week.
back.
Yeah.
I figured there had to be a huge backlog for you. I know that's like us with our listener blocks as well. Is like you'll get some and you're like, oh, I probably won't read that, and then you have like a week where you don't really get one, and then you go, okay, maybe, maybe that makes the cut. Now, here's a question, because we have definitely gotten these. Are there some you've gotten where you're just like, for like maybe political or just weirdo reasons, you're like, we could never read this one on the show.
For sure. Like, there's some that are just like, if you need to specify the race of the people talking, it's like,
see.
well, then maybe this isn't a good overheard.
Yeah. We definitely get some weird ones like that. Okay, we've got another one. This is from Aaron. Hey, Blocked Boys. I hear you're looking for weird things you've overheard. I've got a doozy for you. I live on the first floor of my apartment next to the entrance, so I'm always hearing people walk by. Over the summer, I was laying in bed with my window open. Right before I drifted off to sleep, my neighbor walked by and said this. And they're telling us it's 250,000 miles away, and we can see it in that high of a definition?
Oh.
Yeah, something's weird there. It took me a second to realize he was talking about the moon. He's a damn moon denier. Thanks, Aaron.
God damn.
I am a flat mooner. I believe it's there. I just don't think it's round.
Or is it just that you don't really have a big ass, so whenever you moon, it's just pretty
sure,
flat?
that guy.
Yeah. I mean, Stefan, you have kind of a flat ass.
It's not like Hank Hill flat, but it's compared to
Bro,
yours.
we've seen it. It's flat.
It's
Come on.
not
Compared to me and Dan, who are
yeah. You guys
juiced up.
you guys are kicked up. It's just I think I have a regular ass. It's just that you guys have such big asses that mine looks small in comparison.
Dave, how would you rate your ass? I feel like I don't know your ass.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to know it. That's what Get to Know Us was about. My ass is, I think it's good and fine, and it sneaks up on you.
Because you're always walking backwards.
Yeah, it's right behind me.
Okay, our final written in overheard is from Sarah. And Sarah works in the theater, I believe. This was overheard at rehearsal while on a break. 2 actors were talking about plantar fasciitis and general foot care when the director walked in the room. Director, we talking about feet? Actor, not a fetish, just something I know a lot about. So, it's good to specify.
I think foot fetish is like it's moved. It's just like in the mainstream now. You know what I mean? Like having a foot fetish.
Oh
probably.
yeah, like Rex Ryan makes a joke about it like every other week on NFL.
I think it's
television.
barely even a fetish anymore. It's like saying you have a boob fetish. You know?
Was there ever a time where that was weird?
I mean, maybe there was.
I don't know about you guys. I'm just really into boobs.
Yeah, I think feet are maybe at that point, or they're close to it. You know?
Yeah, I know people who are like hate feet. They're like, oh, I don't want to see your feet.
Yeah.
Oh, cover those things up. I think that's too far the other way as well.
They can be there.
Right.
The feet can be around, you know, but they don't have to be the focal point, you know?
I do find the foot hate weird. Like, what is really gross about feet?
They're thinking about their own feet, because my feet suck. I have bad feet, you know? Or at least I think I do.
I guess.
I think
I
it's
got
like
this big blister on my foot because I tried to take a pizza. Was eating pizza with my feet. For me, like, it's people wearing flip flops on like city streets, and you're like,
Yeah.
getting
Nasty.
Soot around the edges of your feet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gross. That
That's why I
ruins
go
the feet
full
for everyone
Crocs.
else.
I go full Crocs now. Protects the sooty feet
Yeah.
syndrome.
That's good.
In addition to your written in overheards, we also have overheards that got sent to us by voice memo.
And if you want to call us, our phone number is 1-844-779-7631. That's SpyPod1, like these people have.
There we go. I knew you wouldn't get through this whole show.
Well, no,
without
but I
doing-
want your listeners to send us some.
I will say all three of these voice overheards are quite good. This first one comes in from Andy.
Hey, John, Stefan, and probable guest. Andy here calling in from Philadelphia. I was near some people who I think were talking about PhD research the other day. I normally think of those people as stuffy and pretentious, but one of them turned to the other one and said, "You should have been here when we had that fucking DARPA money, dude. We were rich." Off I go.
That's really funny.
That DARPA money, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I had to look up what DARPA was when
Yeah.
I first heard that.
What is it? Is it the same as what Drake stands for?
Yeah, do right and kill everything. It's the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency.
Oh.
It's the research and development agency of the United States Department of Defense, which is responsible for the development of emerging technologies for use by the military.
And
Yeah,
those
there's going
were
to be a lot of money in there. for
Yeah,
sure.
those were PhDs. I heard Drake has a PhD.
Pretty huge dick.
That's
Hey! That's good, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see
thanks.
it, Dave? Did you see Drake's dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. When I went to the bathroom before, is that going to make it on the show when you guys were just talking about Drake's dick, or have I just been bringing it up out of nowhere?
No, well, that'll make it into the show,
Okay.
I think, at this point.
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna cut it out, but
Dave just comes back from the bathroom and has a lot of thoughts about
Yeah.
Drake's dick.
Well, it's like a churro. It's pretty big.
You're just, you're like, God, this has been a fun hour so far, but we have not talked about Drake's dick at all. When I come back, I'm going to really spice things up here. Speaking of spicing things up, let's move on to our next overheard. This is from Tucker.
Hey, John and Stefan. This is from a while ago, but some friends and I went to a Halloween party of a girl that we went to school with who wound up getting into porn. So everyone there was like a porn actor or producer or something. And I knew this girl, so I figured it was just going to be a standard party. And it was. It was standing around drinking, music playing, awkward conversations, and you just kind of wind up hanging out with people you know. But one of the people I brought with me who didn't know her, I guess he was expecting something different, because at the end of the night, he turns to his girlfriend like super dejected, and he just goes, "No one was even fucking. Fucking sucked." And his girlfriend just laughed at him a lot, and we still laugh at him to this day. Am I supposed to say "off I go" or something? I don't know what the shtick is.
You got it.
Yeah, you're supposed to say off I go, but he didn't say probable guest, Dave. It looked like you were a little offended
Yeah,
there.
of course I'm easily offended.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's a reasonable expectation to have, maybe. I think it's more like if your friend told you, "I'm going to a porno party" or whatever. We don't know how it was sold to this guy,
Yeah, that could be the point. Yeah, you're right. Like maybe Tucker did say, like, by the way, this girl's got into porno now.
Could get
Yeah.
a little crazy, you know?
Yeah.
But it's also unfair to assume that even in her off hours, she's working.
Yeah, they're not bringing their work home with them.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my
necessarily.
accounting friend's having a party. So, you know, there's probably going to be taxes getting done.
Oh, God, my boss wants to fuck me. It's like Friday night.
I like the idea of going to an accountant party and having the same reaction. I thought people would be doing their taxes.
Yeah.
There'd be some auditing here.
No one was even wearing those like green visors.
Yeah, I didn't see one single ledger. What the fuck? Have you guys known anybody that ever got into porn? Like I didn't, but I had like a mutual Like a friend
No.
of mine, someone he graduated with from high school got into it. And he was like, yeah, it was really weird because it was just like, I went to high school with this girl and now she's like, she's getting.
Was she like famous?
I don't think she was like a famous porn star, no.
Okay.
But it was like famous enough that you could find her on the internet.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know anyone like that.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would be kind of strange to be like, oh, there's someone I grew up with and now I'm just at their house, but I also know that they've done porn and I've probably watched it.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I kind of zone out once I see the guy's butthole. That's all I can think about.
You're just thinking, God, if only Drake's dick were in here. And now it's time for our final overheard of 2024.
Haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I know, I'm bringing back the old bit.
Hey boys, this is Jeff S. from Vancouver with an overheard for you. This was a couple years ago, and I was walking in my neighborhood, and in front of me I see this kind of guy with an awkward vibe, let's say, and behind me there's this lady. She's not quite running, but she's just moving, and as she's about to come by and pass me and come up to this guy, he says to her, "Run, Forrest, run!"
Oh.
And she just stops and looks at him, and he says, "Remember Forrest Gump?" It was a movie. Ran around a lot. Without saying anything, she just kept walking.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. Wow.
You know, Forrest Gump, the movie.
Just doing the Forrest Gump doing the run Forrest run thing like recently is so funny, and then having to explain it because you're not getting the reaction you were hoping.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a movie. He runs. Well, first of all, he's getting he's got these braces on his knees, and then he's getting chased by some bullies. And Jenny says, "Run, Forrest, run!" But that's not all. He runs then, but then he runs all the way to Alabama University, where he returns a kickoff for a touchdown, and then he runs all the way through Vietnam, and then later in the movie, he runs back and forth across the country. This guy's always running. Anyway, enjoy your flight.
At the end of the running, he invents the smiley face.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I forgot
when the shit happens bumper sticker.
Yeah, the mud is the smiley face, right, or whatever.
Yes, he's got mud all over him.
That was that was Robert Zemeckis too. That was a precursor to Dan in real life.
Bobby Zed, as they say. It is. It's never. I wish he did go on to explain more about the movie, like Dave just did. Yeah. That would have been great too. You know, I feel like. Is Forrest Gump, has it not surpassed like the movie as a character? Like if you don't know the word Forrest Gump, saying it's a movie, I don't think is going to click it in for you. Oh, right. The movie.
Best picture.
Yeah. Right. It won over some really good stuff. I feel like that's sort of the thing.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Pulp Fiction.
It famously beat Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption was that the same year too?
Maybe. Yeah.
I feel like it was like, all five were really good that year.
Is it
Forrest Gump? You're looking it up.
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, let's see. Was it 94 or 95?
It came out in 94, so it would have been 95 Oscars.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And so it would have beaten, can I guess who else?
Yeah, let me get, Best Picture. Okay,
so are we right with Pulp Fiction and Shawshank?
Yeah, and then the other two are tough.
Was like The Piano one of them?
No, I think that was the year before, the year after, maybe.
You
think we won't get these, Stefan? Like there's no chance?
Out of thin air? I don't think we will.
I think you will have heard of both of them, but I think it'll be tough. I can give you the director of one of them.
Sure.
Robert Redford.
Oh, River Runs Through It?
No. John?
Robert
Redford.
The Natural.
No, it was Quiz Show.
Quiz Show.
Oh, Quiz Show.
And then the other one was 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh,
yeah.
Crazy. Isn't that a comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Comedies used to get nominated for Best Picture?
Oh, they'll get nominated.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They just won't win.
That's a good point.
Except Forrest Gump, I think, is technically a comedy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess you would say that.
Yeah.
Dave, thank you so much for being here as a guest on your own show. Before we go, anything you'd like to plug?
No.
Okay, great. You can listen to Stop Podcasting Yourself if you don't already. It's one of our favorite podcasts. We'd love for you to check it out. And Dave, I know you're underselling it a little bit, but you are on X at Dave Shumka.
Yeah, but it's really fallen off. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really post much anymore, and no one funny is on there really. Like I used to just follow funny people, and now it just seems like it's a. Yeah.
Are you on Blue Sky? Because it is open now, and I keep plugging. It's fun. I like it on there. It's nice.
I'm not on anything else yet.
Okay. Give Blue Sky a chance.
Go over to Blue Sky. People will appreciate your humor over on Blue Sky.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Check out Stop Podcasting Yourself. Give Dave a follow.
And I'm
X.
on Blue Sky at Dave Shumka.
And he's on Blue Sky as well. So there you go. Give him a follow. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at Block Party Pod. Blue Sky at Block Party. This episode is available in video format on YouTube at Blocked Party. There as well. And of course, you can donate to the show. Patreon.com/Block Party. And we'll see you back here next week for another crazy, freaky February episode. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.